Hey, girl, hey. And I did not have any
Hey.
of that other stuff recorded when we were talking about Drag Race. So, yeah, we just had like 10 minutes of content we could have recorded,
We could have recorded
but
that.
we did. And, girl, look at us 2 weeks in a row and we're doing this shit because we recorded two
Mm.
in a row, which means next weekend we will have another two in a row. We will be ahead by one. So,
Oh,
and we're going to
yay.
try to get the week after that ahead by two until we get ahead by four because I am going to Vienna in June. So, yeah,
It's March.
I know we got to get through this now so
So
we're
like Vienna,
ahead.
Virginia?
Huh?
Vienna, Virginia?
No, girl, Vienna, Austria.
Girl, I don't know.
And we going to, my husband and I are going to
I
take a little
used to go
trip.
to Vienna, Virginia all the time.
Little
That's where my
girl,
cousin lives.
I'm glad, but no, we're taking a trip. We don't
Taking a little
have
sabbatical,
dear listeners, we don't have children, so we can spend a little bit of money.
little European sabbatical.
We're going to Austria. We're going to go to Munich
I hope
and
they let you back
Vienna and
in.
Salzburg. What'd you say?
Oh, Salzburg. Oh, your husband's gonna love all that music stuff, isn't he?
Yes. Oh, and Vienna, girl. Yeah,
What about Vienna?
that's where Mozart
Oh, is that what they're
worked.
known for?
Yes, that's where Mozart worked and Beethoven worked, I believe. And
Isn't Vienna known for something else too?
sausages.
No. There's something that's there's something artistic it's known for. Not music artistic, but I can't think of what it is right now.
Opera, like
I feel like it's something architectural, but I can't remember what it is.
well, the technically the biggest. It is known as the city of music for because that's where Beethoven and Mozart worked.
Lord.
Um, it
That
has
must have
one
been
of
a
the
crowded field.
it has one of the largest buildings in the world, longest buildings in the world.
Not
Yeah,
girthy.
it's no, it's not girthy, but it's like 2 miles long or something like that.
I would have loved to have been like I don't know what. I mean, obviously not in the skin
Uh
color that
huh.
I'm in right now. I would have loved to have been around during that shady part of the classical music era
Oh
that we
yeah.
know existed.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh
I would
girl,
have loved it.
girl. But in Vienna when we're there, the first day we're there, like that, we land on Saturday, and girl, it is Vienna Pride.
Stop it.
Like I'm going to see a European capital during Pride.
So many Vienna sausages on
It's
display.
like all over the place.
Oh my god.
We're going to go like
Still
we're
with
going.
their casings intact.
Yeah, girl. There they call them Wurstel. So all the little Wurstel around, yeah, with the casings just here and there, and yeah, we are going to be so tired, but we are going to make sure we go to the.
Y'all are going to be so
We're going to make sure we go to like the area where they have Pride. Like there's a Pride village that supposedly get over 300,000 people there. Um,
Oh yeah, I went to some. We went to something like that when we were in Rome. It's called the Gay Village.
yeah,
It was pretty amazing
yeah,
and like just beautiful gay Italian men just everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt like a hobbit.
Girl.
Hi, ooh, ooh. Hey
Buongiorno.
lady, hey, ooh.
Oh no. Oh no, Maim. Oh no.
It's like this the train to Hogwarts. Like
Have you ever seen Harry Potter?
I have.
All of them?
Yes, I love
Okay,
those movies.
okay, I didn't know. I did, well, you can't love them anymore.
I
Um,
know.
you, huh?
Yep. Stupid woman ruined this whole thing for
It's
us.
sad. I mean, kids still read the books. Um,
Speaking of books,
okay. Oh no,
so I was because with everything going on now, right?
I have
I've
no
been
idea what
reading
you're
a lot.
talking about.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot more. I've been listening more audiobooks, things
Uh
like
huh.
that.
Yeah.
So there's a series of very famous books that I've always thought about, but I've never read any of them. And
Okay.
it's the books from the Dragonlance series.
Okay.
So they had a Humble Bundle did a special thing. Like they took
Okay.
all the like the big books and packaged it. So it's like, great, here's something that I can do that'll take weeks and weeks and weeks to get through.
Okay.
The first book
Uh-huh.
starts off with these adventurers who are meeting for the first time after 5 years. They made a pact to meet after 5 years. And when they get back to the city that they said they're going to meet at, the city is now being overtaken by a theocratic government. And I was like, I was doing this to this.
So I have a set of books that you should read
Okay. I love,
and audiobook them.
okay.
They are so. Are you familiar with Mercedes Lackey?
Mercedes, I don't think
She
so.
she's done the Mage trilogies and all this kind of stuff.
Okay.
You want to read Mercedes Lackey. You want to start with hold on here. It's called the Harold Mage. She's done so many books. The last Harold Mage series. And you want to start with, is it Magic's Pawn, the first one? Yes, Magic's Pawn.
Magic Spawn. Okay. I'll go bookmark it now and go look it up later. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's look, they aren't the best written.
I don't when it comes to audiobooks, I honestly I don't have to have perfect
It
audiobooks because
yeah.
really a lot of it is based more on the performance. So
Mm-hmm.
the one that I switched to because of the first thing
Yeah.
falling apart so terribly is called Morkster Chef.
Okay.
And basically it's like a audiobook version of Delicious in Dungeon.
Gotcha. So
Ex-
I
Except
I
it's at
I
work.
also have another feel good one
I like
that
that.
is Frederick Fletcher, the Accountant Vampire series.
I'm sorry, what?
It is just this dude who became a vampire and he just stumbles into all of these weird situations and he's got this like group of people who he gathers along the way who join his clan. It's very silly and very earnest and very
I love
cute.
silly fantasy. That's
Yeah.
like my favorite genre of book is
Oh,
silly fantasy.
girl, Magic's Pawn, that those three books,
Yeah.
very gay, talking horses. Let's just throw that out there.
I made the mistake. Oh, I forgot to tell you about that book.
Very gay.
I
I
made a
don't
mistake.
hold on. Very homosexual.
No, no, no. I made a mistake. Let me tell you the name of this book real quick.
Fabulous. Go on.
So, I downloaded a book series, right? On because Audible, these are like their 2-for-1 credits.
Uh-huh.
I downloaded a series
Uh-huh.
called The Arcane Merchant. That's the name of the series, right?
Okay.
So they made like an omnibus of it. I'm like, oh crap, this sounds great. You're right. Very, very up my alley.
Yeah.
It is a explicit harem fantasy comedy series. So much so that they get into details that I never wanted to be in my ears ever.
Oh, girl. I just had a thought. I respect that happened to you, and I don't want to
I
hear
felt
any more about
traumatized.
it.
I felt traumatized, girl. I
But
wrote my friend. I was like, why did I just hear these words in my ears? Why? Why?
it was
I
Joy
did not
Joy.
sign up for this.
Girl, it was Joy Joy. I'm sorry. Do I need to edit that out?
So ridiculous.
Anyway, going back to Audible and Spotify. Spotify, did you know Spotify has free books now?
They're not free. You get 15 hours.
Oh, I thought they were unlimited with
No,
if you pay for
you get
Spotify.
15 hours a month. Trust me. I know.
Okay. Did you pay for Spotify?
Yes.
Okay. Just making
Yeah.
sure.
And you can buy extra hours and all of this stuff, but like,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
So what I have a workaround. I'll tell you about it after the episode.
I can't do audiobooks anyway. I just didn't know if you had,
Why?
because I zone out and I don't remember any of it. Like I retain none of it. They're not worth it.
Oh, I routine all of it. It's
Nope.
like my favorite.
Does not, except for again very gay horsies. Like very gay talking horses. The horses themselves
Very
are not gay.
talking horses.
The horse themselves are not gay.
Very gay talking horses.
The people are very gay or very fluid.
I think we need a new podcast about very gay talking horses.
His name is Vaniel.
Vaniel?
Vaniel.
Like Daniel, but with a V.
And a Y. Vanyel. Vaniel.
Sold.
Girl, speaking of gay talking horses, did you know we have a Patreon? Dear listeners, if you go to
Foley artist, all right.
If you go to patreon.com/Mims and Maim, you can throw us some money. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have another podcast? That's right. It's You Slay Me. It's our Murder, She Wrote podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have a website?
What?
That's right. It's called MimsandMaim.com. It's where you can go check us out, see what we're doing, look at our tits. Hey, Maim. Do you know what I love? That's right. 5-star reviews, babe. They really help us grow. This is season 6, episode 17. Maimed.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that's Marjorie. Just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Girl, we're at Sugarbakers.
We'll always have sugar bakers.
All right, now the real one, please.
Sugar bakers.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
We must have consistency. You can't just do what you want to do. This is America.
Okay, Dad. Okay, thanks, Dad.
Well, Carlene is studying.
Oh, nice. What's she studying?
I don't know. Wait, she's not studying.
Oh, what's she actually doing then?
There you go. See, I had to just look down at my next line.
I know. Because, you need your notes. And I'm just like,
she is writing greeting cards.
oh.
Mary Jo's just shocked because she saw, or thinks it's a good idea because she recently saw greeting cards for dogs. Do you get your dogs Christmas presents?
Yes.
Okay, just make sure I do too.
Dogs, cats,
Yeah.
birthday presents. I make my dogs birthday cakes. all
Oh,
of it.
that's sweet. We don't really know when our dogs' birthdays are.
I mean, we have a good guesstimate. So,
I mean, aren't your dogs purebreds?
yeah.
That's on their certificate, dear.
Oh, so I guess we do know.
Yeah, you know exactly when your
I don't
dogs
know.
are.
I just know when my husband tells me it's time for the birthday.
Because your husband has a certificate.
He's got mine too.
Your birth certificate?
Yeah, but I'm not purebred.
But oh God, it's true. You killed me, man. You killed me. I can't function.
I get a good one at every season. At least one good one every season.
Oh God. And dear listeners, we aren't talking about the 4 seasons of the year. We're talking about one season of this, which lasts 17 years. We've been doing this for 84 years, babe.
I don't look a day over 96.
It's true.
I do. No, it's nice.
Carlene writes one off of like the top of her head for a dog's fixing party.
Okay. Some
Yeah.
nudicles. Get some nudicles.
Well, Anthony's here, and we find
Mm.
out he's going to be the director of the Little Theater. Oh, has Anthony arrived yet?
I think this is when he busts
Yeah.
in, yeah.
And we find out Ivy McBride. That's right. Ivy McBride, because I usually write enters, but I didn't write he entered, so I didn't know if they were talking about him, but now we're talking about Ivy McBride. She takes it very seriously. Like, she's the producer.
Glory.
She's like it sounds like she's the top donor. She takes it very seriously, maybe.
Wow.
Very seriously.
Wow.
Very seriously.
Oh.
You know how she takes it?
It's very seriously.
Very seriously.
I win. Yay.
Alice has never heard of her. But
Why would
because
Allison
apparently
know who she is?
Well, she apparently used to be very big up in New York, where Allison lived for 2 seconds.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. He asked Julia, Carlene, and Mary Jo to try out. And we find out that the musical that they're doing is Maim.
Which is literally hanging over my head right now, which is hilarious.
It's true. You've got the Angela Lansbury Maim. Who played what's Doodle in that one? Is that the movie version of Maim, or is that the the movie
Angela
version of Maim
was
is Lucille Ball? Is it B. Arthur?
The same person played it on both Broadway and the
Okay.
movie.
Okay.
Yeah, B. Arthur was on both.
Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
know if I did.
Oh,
Yes, I
yeah.
did know that because I saw the video of them performing Bosom Buddies at the Tonys.
Yep.
Duh.
Yep.
Duh.
So we're having our first meta moments
So
for me.
if you had to choose,
Oh boy.
and that one could not exist on this earth again,
Oh boy. The non-musical.
the movie is the one you want to keep.
Oh, you mean between like the movie musical and the Broadway musical?
No, between the movie musical and the movie.
You mean the original?
I'm talking about Auntie Maim.
The original Auntie Maim.
Yes, and
There's
Maim.
nothing that can ever replace the original.
Okay.
But like, so let me preface this.
Okay.
Okay. These three properties are literally like a stupid Marvel multiverse. Like, they are all so wildly different from each other that they kind of exist in their own portals. So like the Broadway version, the Angela Lansbury version, is fun but classy. The Lucille Ball version is basically pure camp. Like,
Okay.
just pure. Lucille Ball can't really sing. It's a hot mess, but it's such a hot mess that you can't not watch it.
Yeah.
Like, they exist in very different
Gotcha.
universes. And sometimes I get it's not you, but like sometimes I get mad when people are comparing all of them because I'm like, I always look at people like, guys, these things have literally nothing to do with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they are so, the musical numbers in the movie are just insane. Like, it's like that. So it's really it's just like Thoroughly Modern and Millie, right? Like, the Broadway version is so different than the campy movie version of that it's hard to really do this comparison. So that's
God, they did not even win. Neither B. Arthur nor Lucille Ball won Golden Globes. That's
Girl, Maim, the musical Maim it's one of those, like, it became a cult classic because it was just so insane. Like, it was doomed from the start because, first of all, nobody wanted Lucille Ball to be Maim. Like, nobody.
do you know who beat her?
That year?
Yeah.
What year was
I can't believe this. So Golden Globe,
Yes.
Best Actress in a Motion Picture,
Yes.
Lucille Ball for Maim, Diane Carroll for Claudine, Helen Hayes for Herbie Rides Again, Cloris Leachman for Young Frankenstein, or Raquel Welch, The Three Musketeers. Who do you think won?
Raquel Welch.
God, but why? It should have been Cloris Leachman.
Okay, do you want me to explain why I knew it was Raquel Welch? I didn't know, but you want me to tell you why I knew it was Raquel Welch? Because that was the period of the Golden Globes where being famous was far more important than being
Gotcha.
good.
Gross.
And at that point, Raquel Welch was like on her upswing,
yeah.
and she was never a good actress. But just like Pia Zadora, she was on the upswing, and they, those foreign press agents loved all of those glamorous women like her when they came around. So I'm not surprised. Cloris Leachman obviously has like one of the most iconic performances of all time in like a movie, but as soon as you said her name, I knew exactly who won.
Ugh.
That's
So
why
what
the
is
Hollywood
best...
Foreign Press is. That's why they had to stop for a while because they really were trash.
Best director, best documentary. Where's the best? Oh wow, Longest Yard won the best comedy or musical picture.
Oh yeah, well,
That's
that
not
movie was very popular back then.
Yeah, but it's not really a...
It's a comedy.
Okay. I mean,
The Burt
Chinatown won
Reynolds-
best drama. That's
The Burt Reynolds movie. It's a comedy.
okay. And the song from Benji won the best original song. God, the 70s were trash years.
The 70s was wild. Like
So,
every
girl-
once in a while, I go look at 70s stuff and I'm like, guys, what
Girl,
are we doing?
we're at the theater. The
theater?
theater.
The theater. The theater.
I may not know my flowers, but I know a bitch when I see one.
That's one of the greatest scenes ever.
I've never seen that movie. I don't think I need to. But
I
that
want to
scene.
see it at some point. I do want to watch it.
Oh,
at some point.
we just... What did we record? We just recorded a bunch of movies.
Did you?
Yeah, like AMC or TCM had a like bunch of movies on there that were worth recording that I'd never seen before.
We don't have TCM anymore.
Really?
It's not even like a part of like regular cable here anymore.
Not even on Hulu?
No, like I mean like to stream like
Yeah, but like on Hulu TV.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have Hulu TV.
What do you use?
Well, I mean like this is just like the Comcast stuff.
Oh
like,
God,
just regular cable.
gross.
Well, we don't use it anymore now. We use I use Philo because that's all I really ever need. It's
Okay.
like
Yeah, we
the
do
Drag Race channels.
we do Hulu TV, and it's got that
How much
stuff
is
on.
that?
No, it's not cheap. 70 a month, I think. 80 a month.
I'll have to see like how much it will be to adjust my, because I just adjusted my Comcast stuff, so that took off 18.
Let me pause it 1 second, girl. We're back. We were just talking about money.
Money. Give a little, get a little money.
If you have any extra fees in the winter, I have to have the first words. Like I have to go through the whole song to get to that part. It's not something I could just spat. Do you have trouble with that? Like getting in the middle of a song, if you have to do the stuff before it to get to that point.
I mean, I don't personally, but all I do is music. So.
Yeah. I used to know that whole song.
I love that song.
Welcome and bienvenue.
I love everything from
Welcome.
that thing.
What, Cabaret?
Yeah, I love everything from Cabaret.
Do you prefer the musical or the movie? Speaking of that one. Movie.
I really like the movie musical personally.
Okay.
I've seen the musical one too, but I really do like the movie musical.
I think the movie, it cuts what needed to be cut from the musical.
Yeah.
I shouldn't put it that way, but it doesn't hit as hard that Sally and the MC are bad people. Like it does the musical kind of washes over it and makes you feel like maybe the MC is just forced into the situation. No, he's a Nazi sympathizer in the musical. Like it is he does not care about anybody except for himself and the money that's coming in.
Yeah, the movie musical is a more sanitized version of it. I think for me, it's mostly just like I just enjoy her. Obviously, like that's like her best thing she ever did. But and the movie kind of drags a bit too. Like
It
there's
does.
that
It
middle,
does.
the middle part where
It
like,
does.
yeah, it does drag
Where
a bit.
where you're figuring out that he's gay.
Yeah.
That they also kind of washed over that too a little bit. A little. I mean, he's
A lot.
Well,
They wash over it a lot.
that's fine.
Mhm.
Well, we meet Ivy.
Hello, Ivy.
She's a real bee.
She is. I love her.
She's already drinking gin.
It's 5 o'clock, girl.
And Ivy is somewhere. Ivy's upset that Anthony's making her wait to learn about casting when she's obviously going to be Maim. Maim! Well, Anthony's out and says, hey, Ivy, could you go in there and speak to the associate producer? She's got the casting notes for you. We find out Mary Jo is Gooch, who is the secretary.
Agnes Gooch O'Banion.
Carlene is in the chorus, and Julia is Maim with Ivy as Vera.
Oh!
And that, for real talk, Ivy would know she would be Vera. Like with that
Ivy's
voice,
she's literally Vera.
like with that voice, she would definitely be Vera. There's no,
she's a literal real life Vera. There's no
and
question.
I mean, real talk, dear listeners, I am the Vera to this Maim. Like there is Auntie Maim.
That is our literal relationship.
Auntie Maim is spaced out, does not know what's happening every once in a while, just kind of goes with it.
A lot of times.
And I am just sitting there living in it and hoping that it turns out for the best.
That's why we'll always be bosom buddies, girl.
We'll always be bosom buddies.
Gosh. I'm so happy about this episode.
Yeah. Well, we pan, speaking of that, Anthony is directing Bosom Buddies, and they are being bitchy at each other. Like getting in front of each other. Dear listeners, if you've never seen this it takes part in a black and white or a black tie affair, and Maim wears white.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious.
It's so good.
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing, I forgot to tell you, though, that what made this whole thing even wilder. I just recently got the Blu-ray of this movie. Like, not 2 weeks ago. Because I said, wait a minute. Like, I've never actually had, like, an updated, like, I had the DVD. I was like, is there a Blu-ray? And I looked it up. I'm like, holy crap. How did I know there's a Blu-ray? So I just got, like, 2 weeks ago, and then this episode happens. It's very funny to me.
I love the movie, but it is a little long sometimes.
I mean, that was back when those movies were like that.
I know it drags in parts.
70s and 60s movies were long.
I'm not the biggest fan of 70s and 60s movies.
My husband he really has some issues with movies in the 70s. Like one day he told me, he's like, I just don't like movies from the 70s. And I was like, just as a rule?
Yeah.
He's like, there's just something about them. He's like, I don't know what it is. I just don't find them enjoyable. I was like, okay.
There's some that are, like Butch Cassidy Sundance Kid.
Butch Cassidy, The French Connection's really good.
I never saw French Connection.
Chinatown's really good.
Never saw Chinatown.
You've never seen Chinatown?
Girl, don't act surprised about anything.
You have to see that one at least.
I mean,
it is wild.
As I say to everyone, I don't have to see anything.
I'm just telling you, that movie. I'm not.
I mean, how does it feel about 70s Hitchcock? Or is Hitchcock kind of dumb by the 70s?
Well, 70s is when Hitchcock started getting crazy. Like that's when he started getting like more gory and more like sexual. Okay. So like, yeah, not a huge fan. No, I'm just telling you, you personally, you gotta watch Chinatown at some point because it takes the genre of noir and interjects like the chaos of the 70s, even though it doesn't take place in the 70s, but it injects that chaotic energy of the 70s into noir. It's a lot.
I am looking at popular 70s movies, and like Jaws is there. It's okay. I mean, it's a marvel. Like
it's okay.
What he did is a marvel, but it's boring in parts.
Okay.
Animal House, I don't like Animal House. Deliverance. I don't like Deliverance.
That's all I remember from Deliverance.
Then there's one that I absolutely do love. Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh my god! I wonder if they have that in like a box set on Amazon. I would get a Smokey and the Bandit box set.
Yeah.
My husband might divorce me, but I would get a Bandit box
I'm
set.
trying to look at movies that I actually really like from that.
The 70s was an unusual time.
It was a time.
Yeah, I mean it really was.
Wait.
Taxi Driver.
Wait, there's definitely one 70s movie he likes.
Hmm.
Star Wars.
Oh, that's true, but he doesn't think of Star Wars like that.
He should.
Oh my gosh, Amazon does have it. It's called the Smokey and the Bandit Pursuit Pack.
How many
And
is
it's
Sally Field actually?
$13.
How many is Sally Field actually in? Just first one?
I think she's in the first one, yeah.
Okay. I prefer Cannonball Run to Smokey and the Bandit. Not gonna lie, but you know.
I mean, I love them both so very much. Like, once again,
They're all messes of movies. Like
me and my stupid Yankee voice that gets me in more trouble when I start talking about these things and people look at me like, "What?" I'm like, this is my life."
So they start seeing each other, and Julia looks at her. It hurts me, and Ivy storms out. Julia tells Anthony she is over it. She wants Ivy to start acting professionally, and she needs this to be done now. Well, Anthony's like, hey, there's one way you can do this. Julia, congratulations, you're the producer now.
I don't quite understand this part of this episode. That's not really how production works.
No, production works like this.
Right. I'm like, did Anthony just like put it all on the company card suddenly? Like, I don't understand. Like,
I mean, he maybe did.
Girl.
And the producer doesn't really have that much to do with this part of it anyway.
It does sometimes.
Yeah.
There are production, especially theater productions. The producer has a lot more weight in than like in movie stuff a lot of times.
Did you know something I did not know? Do you know who produced Drag Queen the Musical?
Liza. With a Z.
With a Z.
Not Lisa.
I've got to
S.
turn off this light.
No, I was actually what I told my husband about that. And he said that might be the gayest thing I've ever heard. I was like, yes, that's the point.
How am I going to turn off this light? You're familiar with that sketch, okay?
Yes. I'm familiar with every Liza Minnelli, anything Liza Minnelli related. Yes. Every sketch, every impersonation. Yes. Instagram has my number.
Well, we're at Sugar Baker's, and Julia is all involved with Maim. Allison offers to help Carlene with lines, and she's like, well, I do have one, like 7. And she's like, what's one of yours? How are you doing? She's like, oh, you can go, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing?
I actually found Allison's advice to be finally
I did
actually
too.
something good. I was like, this is actually good advice.
And Carlene didn't understand what was going on.
I didn't like how that joke ended. Like, it didn't seem... Because that
kind of went with a...
Like, every once in a while, the show does that thing where it's confusing its own, like, book. Because here we have a woman who's actively in college right now.
Yep.
And something this simple that she's like, I don't hear anything different. I'm like, guys, that's a little,
Yeah.
I'm like, we get it. Carlene's stupid. Oh wait, but she's not at the same time. Like,
well, same thing for Charlene.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just,
Yeah,
it's like,
I know.
Guys, come on.
I know. Well, Julia's here, and she wants real fox fur or a real fox. That's right.
A real fox.
A real
for the
fox.
production.
For the production.
What could go wrong with that?
And they were going to use Anthony's mom's fur and just running around with the little string. God,
which would have been fine.
Speaking of foxes, have you ever seen the domesticated foxes of Russia?
Yes.
They're so cute.
Yes.
I want one so badly.
I would love to have a pet fox.
I would love to too.
Every fox video I've ever seen, every like thing, I'm just like, I want one real bad. The ones that kind of laugh a little bit too, like the fennec foxes where they kind of laugh a bit. I'm like,
hottest furries. What?
I didn't say anything.
Do you disagree? Have you ever watched furry porn?
Nope.
Okay.
Didn't even know that they had their own category.
What? Girl, what?
I really didn't know that until you just said that. I was like, wait, what?
Of course they do. What? Of course, what?
Why are you saying of course they do? Like, how is that an of course?
It's one like back when we used to have access to Pornhub or anyone those XTube. It was one of the hashtags that would always at the top of the screen you could choose.
I didn't really ever go on XTube.
Where did you get your porn?
Oh, how did I get it?
LimeWire.
No. Oh, back then? I don't really remember now. Those were the days. And it was like, oh my gosh, we don't have to wait 10 minutes to see a naked man.
Yeah. Now, 10 seconds.
It's instantly.
Like,
if it's more than 1 second, you're like, what's wrong with you?
like we go on Chatterbait right now and see all the Colombians.
Somebody was telling me that one day.
Yeah,
like
it's nothing but Colombians.
They said like what was it? They said that Colombia's tourism bump was purely due to Chatterbait. And I was like, because I didn't understand the joke. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
They're like, girl, it's like they run Chatterbait.
Yeah, they do. They do. They really, really do. Like, I'm like, is that Venezuela? How did you get through there? Because the flag's similar. I'm like, what?
Right.
What? Huh?
That's interesting.
Yeah,
no, that's really. I mean, you know what? They're never gonna see the target audience ever. Like that's looking at that stuff. It's probably not their fellow countrymen. So.
No, it's not. And they don't care.
How do they make money on there? Like, do people?
You tip them to get them to do things, dear.
Oh,
it's like good old nudie bars, like back in New York, except you give them a certain number of bits or points or whatever it is that. Like you spend $20 to get 5,000 bits, and you give them a certain number of things to show off different parts of their body.
Because I remember when people first started joking about it, I was confused. I was kind of confused because I was, and that's not really like my bag anyway. But I was just like, I don't understand. Like, why are people doing that? Like, I just thought it was like everybody was a, what do you call it? Performance artist kind of. But that's when you said it just now. Like, oh. This actually makes people money. Got it.
Yeah. And it is, sometimes it's a little, you can find some niche ones. Like there's a Korean dude who just changes panties and hose anytime he gets tipped. Yeah. He gets lots of tips.
Open your heart to me, baby. I'll lock if you hold the key. Open your heart to me, darling. Open your hole to me, girl. Yeah.
No, he doesn't really show hole.
Somebody must on there, I'm sure.
Oh, no, all the people. I was just specifically talking
about.
Oh,
okay, that one. I was like.
Wait, he does when he bends over to put on the, like when he changes the panties.
People have to show that on there. Like,
God, girl, yeah. Girl,
this can't be all for bottoms to watch.
No. There's dick, balls, hole, feet, pits.
Is it just gay? Or is it both sexes?
No. There's all of it.
All sexes.
All sexes.
Okay.
And transgender too. Like it's.
I guess I only.
Oh God, that sounded like Isuzu too when I said that. I do apologize.
You didn't say it with that terrible accent, so you're okay. If you had said it that way, then it would have been a problem. Yep, I can hear it in my
It's going through your mind right now, isn't it? Me saying that.
As soon as you said it, I'm like, I can hear it too.
It's just the cadence of it. Do.
No one would believe us. No one would ever believe
God.
us.
Well, so Julia is telling Mary Jo she has to be there tonight at a certain amount of time for a dress rehearsal, for costume and rehearsal, and Mary Jo's like is giving the dog a flea dip again. That dog, that poor
Something is
dog.
wrong
I'm
with
surprised
this
has
dog,
any
bro.
skin left.
Something is wrong with this dog, honey.
Well, Julia leaves, or Carlene defends Julia and holds her hands over her ears, and Dada's from the halls of Montezuma. Allison says, halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli.
So, another note.
Yeah.
Why would she not be holding her ears singing the theme song for Maim?
Well, copyright.
They sang a little bit at the end.
Yeah, I know, but they had copyright. They had that one song. They've only done.
If
they
this show
did
can't afford copyright on 2 songs from that music,
They did 3
wrong.
bars of Maim. I don't even think that counted as copyright. And then they did Bosom Buddies. I think they copyright.
Come on, Tiffany Network. What y'all doing now?
God, not the Tiffany Network. Columbia Broadcast System.
They think we forgot. We didn't forget.
So, Allison says Julia doesn't have theater chops. It's Shut Up, Carlene. Where? I don't know what that. Oh, Shut Up, Carlene, because she's singing to herself. That's right.
Yeah,
Shut Up,
Allison
Carlene.
freaks out.
There
Yeah.
you go. So Julia's here,
Yeah,
and
she
she's
comes back
got
from the
the.
mailbox.
She's back, and she's got the ad, and
She
the
looks
ad
so sad, girl.
it says maimed instead of Maim.
Which was almost a track.
Julia lets Carlene have it and storms out. And Carlene says she will now listen to Julia criticism now. Well, we're at the theater, and Julia is prancing around as Maim. Like, she is in a full feather nonsense. Like, that is not the beginning of the show look. That is, like, toward the middle. Like,
They're just doing what they could.
They're
honey.
just doing what
she
they're
wanted
doing.
She wanted to wear over the top costume. That's all.
Carlene has a card for Julia, and Julia's just like, well, I'll read it later. Thanks. That's very nice. Whatever, blah.
I love that part. Jill, you're not going to read it. I worked really hard on it.
Allison goes up to Carlene and says, just do what my acting professor said to me, which is you didn't listen to me. He said, I just got out there and do the best you can with what you got. Which, again, actually pretty decent advice for Allison. Like, this is a pretty good Allison episode.
It was like one of those episodes where Bernice is certainly kind of like clear-headed. I felt similar to this one. I'm like,
Yeah.
Allison's actually kind of giving good advice.
So everybody's gone up to Anthony and basically said, you got to take care of Julia. You got to take care of Julia.
Which, girl, what is Anthony gonna do right now? The show is about to start.
Anthony goes up to Julia and says, look, we are a small theater. You were acting like Ivy. And Julia says, you don't know what you're talking about, Anthony. You are a young twit of an actor. Ivy shows up drunk. And Julia has to go on stage. And Allison takes over to fix it all. Like, impressed. Julia does Bosom Buddies alone. And she starts going, Ivy's been taken ill and we have to. And Anthony comes on stage as Vera.
It's like the seasonal contracted episode where Anthony has to be in drag.
Yes.
There always has to be at least one episode where Anthony gets in drag.
And Allison just looks at him and says, you know, he's got great legs. Do 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 do. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you find yourself a Miss Georgia Wild?
Yes, honey. Miss Anthony Bouvier.
Miss Anthony
honey,
Vera
is
Bouvier. Yes,
Butch
ma'am.
Queen up in drag, honey. Butch Queen up in drag.
Looked so fucking good. Looked so fucking good.
Completely overstaged Julian too.
And can move in heels. Like,
I would have loved, honestly,
uh-huh.
to have seen a full performance of Anthony Bouvier as Vera Charles.
Yeah.
I would have loved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely loved it.
God. Did you like this episode, Maim?
I mean, I kind of would have to like this episode, right? Like, it would
No,
be weird
there's
if
no
I didn't.
requirements, as we've said before.
It would be weird if this episode that was basically like my namesake I didn't like. So I liked this episode.
Oh, I did too.
I especially give special commendation to that old drunk bitch because she was everything in this episode.
So it was a little bit of her story, kind of like she was a Broadway person who did some stuff,
Yeah.
and she's from Canada, and then she just stopped. It was a little bit of like she was a producer and a like philanthropist later on, but she just
the only thing that would have made this episode better, which in hindsight, I mean, I realized this like a while ago now, is if they would have had a guest appearance by Elaine Stritch as Vera. That would have been.
It would have been good.
Because every time I think about her now, I always think about her on 30 Rock, and I'm like, you know what? She could have been in this role, and this would have been easily like ridiculous. It would have taken this to a completely new level of ridiculousness because that lady was just a
who
walking
made
time bomb.
Who made
Jerry Herman?
Maim movie? No, what studio made Maim the movie?
Oh, I don't know. MGM? It feels like MGM.
What? Because I'm trying to see if it was CBS.
Well, that would have been
Warner Brothers. So no, it wasn't CBS.
Oh, interesting.
That's why it wasn't as good, girl. That's all, folks. Oh.
Wow, it's amazing. I mean, it's hard to think about time wise, but like the movie and the musical movie, they were almost 20 years apart.
Girl, did you ever? Yeah, girl, definitely. That's not wow. Thinking about that is
No, I know.
they look completely different.
I just sometimes forget how old Auntie Maim the movie is. Like every once in a
very
while.
old.
I want to launch a petition. So I want to. You're looking at me like, what? I've been like, I want to launch a change.org petition where we retroactively give Auntie Maim the Best Picture Oscar after the disgusting nature of Gigi that beat it. Now that we have had time to really go along
I thought
with
you were going to say you were going to, ask for Maim to be revisited this time with Caroline Ray.
as Agnes.
No, actually, I think Megan Mullally would be an astounding.
Oh yes,
like
that would be an amazing production.
She's probably right at a little
Megan
bit young.
Could be Maim. Amy Sedaris could be Vera.
I could see that.
Yes.
Yeah.
When Amy plays that type of character,
my one thought of that is in everybody's mind. No, I do not agree with I definitely agree with cast acting. Like I will say that. Like as an actress, I completely agree. My one thought on that is in people, faggots of a certain age, Vera has a height to her.
She does.
That Amy Sedaris doesn't have. Like Amy Sedaris has the presence, but doesn't necessarily have the.
I would love to see I would personally love to see a second fiddle Glenn Close as Vera also, because if she was gonna play it to like the way the original movie was, because Vera kind of has that ambiance about her.
Girl, you may have just gotten Glenn Close for Oscar finally. Like
a supporting actress, I could see that.
That like.
Why not?
Yeah. Christine Baranski. She's got the We know she can sing too.
It's like, don't say that word to me without prompting first. You know, I can't handle it. Just saying it to him is like,
Dr. Dick. I mean,
yes to anything. Yes to anything with her.
Oh, God, Maim, why don't you tell our dear listeners where they can find you?
Hello, dear listeners. It's me, Auntie Maim, your favorite relation. You can catch me every Monday night hosting Kiki Karaoke at the Hotel Gathering
Is
in
it called
Miami
Kiki
Beach.
Karaoke, or did you
That's
just
what I
make
call
that
it.
up right now?
No, that's what I've been calling it, Kiki Karaoke.
Okay.
At the Gathering in Miami Beach Hotel and Bar. You can also catch me just in other stuff occasionally. Hate you. It is a hotel.
It is. Just
People
some,
stay
just
there.
some of the rooms have sex slings in them. Not all of them, just some.
Most of them don't.
I know.
And saunas.
So, got a question for you that I don't know the answer to. If you stay at the hotel, do you get free sauna, or is that
I think so.
okay?
I want to say yes, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think so.
Are you?
Because they have like a little thumb.
Is it like Disney and it's got the fast pass?
Kind of. Kind of.
They,
So like when the boys come down, right? So you
I'm
can tell
sure they do.
you can tell like who's a hotel guest, because they give them their little key on like a wristband, like a wrist
Gotcha.
lanyard kind of thing. So I can always tell them coming in, they always go to the desk, get the little towels and go off, as opposed to like the ones who have to come in and pay and things like that. So but it's funny because occasionally, like, I guess they forget that like it's a multi-use space, right? So sometimes people will come out the sauna and like they'll still have their shirt off, and like you're kind of looking at them like, you realize like this part here is like a bar and lounge and things like that, because they're in their head they're just like, whatever, you know, like got
But
my
girl, with
jollies.
that said, they're still at Florida on vacation in a bar. You can do that at beach bars. There's
I
nothing
mean,
wrong
but
with it.
they don't go into the sauna with their shirt off.
Are you throwing it over to me yet?
Do you want it?
Hey, y'all, I'm the Divine Miss Mims. You can find me online at thedivinemissmims.com. Hey, Maim.
Yes, dear.
Do you know that we have Patreon? That's right. You go to patreon.com/Mims and Maim. Throw some money.
Complimentary
Hey,
sauna
Maim.
access. Yes.
Hey, Maim, did you know that we have another podcast? That's right. It's You Slay Me. It's a Murder, She Wrote podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know we have a website? That's right. It's mimsandmaim.com. You can go there, find out what we're doing, and buy some merch. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what I love?
5-star reviews.
That's exactly right. They really help raise us up. Oh, that was Edelweiss. No, I raise you up. I got Salzburg on the brain. And
You too, girl.
Sound of Music was filmed in Salzburg. So we're going to see all that.
I love a good Salisbury steak.
I've never liked one. Hey, Maim, did you know that our dear listeners... No, chicken fried steak. That's different. Did you know our dear listeners...
I was just talking about chicken fried steak yesterday.
That'll hit your pussy right. Hey, Maim, did you know that our dear listeners can reach out to us, send us a message? That's right. They can send us an email at mimsandmaim@gmail.com. Hey, Maim, do you have anything else to add?
I want some chicken fried steak.
Say goodnight, Maim.
Good night, babe.
Bye, y'all.